get started, everyone. So it's only a 10-minute session because we want it to be short. We know it's the middle of your day, so thank you so much for being here. Let's talk a little bit about what we're showing today. Highly anticipated Glint 2.0 launch. So it's called 2.0 because for us, it's representing the next generation of Glint, and it's only up from here. So most of you know the pace at which we are building features, the pace at which we're innovating. So I want to really start with something simple. Every educator, therapist, or provider in this room has had that moment. The moment where a learner needs something right away, right? A visual, a schedule, a social story, or some type of support. And tools sometimes just aren't fast enough. And it's not because you don't know what to do or because you don't care, but it's because making visual supports has always taken this time and required a lot of steps or lived in so many different places. So that was why we created Glint, because of my friendship, because of the experiences we had. So today we're launching Glint 2.0, and it's a new way of thinking about access, about speed, and about personalization. So there are 3 major updates that we're going to be sharing with you all today. And they're all groundbreaking and really amazing. So let's talk about what are we seeing here today. First and foremost, if you're looking at my screen, you're hopefully noticing that there's a plus button over here. What could that plus button mean? This plus button is now the ability to upload files. I actually went ahead and chose a file for us. This file is a worksheet about creating, measurements and things like that. So I'll go ahead and select this file. And let me talk a little bit about this. These are things you already have: curriculum photos, worksheets, or PDFs and documents. With Glint 2.0, you can now upload these materials directly into Glint and instantly turn them into visual supports, which means your curriculums now become accessible. Your materials are now meeting learners where they are. You don't have to recreate anything from scratch. So let's try it in terms of making a grid. So I uploaded my PDF. I'll just select a simple grid. And remember, this one was about worksheets. It was about cutting and pasting. I'll go ahead and actually just ask Glint to digest my material and go in and create our communication board on this. So let's give it a second to think and read through my entire multi-paged worksheet that I just uploaded. And it's going to be reading through all this and thinking about which words it needs for my grid. Oh, took longer than expected. Quick update, everyone, also. Scott and I now moved in person in an office in New York City, so we are here together in person, so no worries. Very, very exciting. So we'll give it a second. There you go. So in a couple of seconds, it's digested my entire worksheet and brings me these main words that I wanted to pull up. So here we go. Now that's uploading worksheets. As you know, it's a brand new feature. So always please let us know in the support button what's working, what needs work. We're excited to really hear from you what has been best and also what you want to use this for, because we know the upload feature will be very versatile. So as you're going through, always hit the help button and send your messages to us. Let us know, what is it working with? What can we make this better for? Now, the second major update is Glint Flow. Hopefully you've noticed on the bottom left, our smiley face mascot got a little makeover. We're now calling it Glint Flow. This is the most advanced editing that you can now use. So I know you must have used this before to kind of chat and change visuals. We call it Flow because it's the heart of Glint. It helps you generate visuals faster, adapt them on the fly, and refine without starting over. So you're not locked into a template. You can just go with the flow. So Flow can now do so many amazing things. I actually came up with a prompt that I wanted to try with you all, so I'm going to paste it in. I want to tell Glint Flow, make everything related to paper have a blue background and font size 30. So I'm just going to ask it that. It's a pretty advanced prompt. We'll let Glint do some of that thinking for us. And after this call, everyone will be sent a guide for all the things that Glint Flow can do. But check this out, anything related to paper, so the notebook, the scissors, the tape, and the cut have this blue background and larger text. It's that easy. Just highlighting a couple things it can do. It can swap things, it can remove. If I were to say add a row or add a step with the Glint Flow, it will now do it for us. So it's extremely, extremely powerful. So we'll be releasing a list of good commands that you can start using, and it'll be really powerful that way. So now we're moving on to feature number 3. Can you change the color, such as changing the green notebook to red? I'm going to say try it. It's okay at that. It won't be able to change like the specific images, but definitely try it. It has like a 50% hit rate on that one. That's why I'll release this guide of things it can do, and you'll be able to read about it. So we'll probably link it somewhere on the Glint Flow. It'll be helpful if you put it in subject, verb, object order. Let me see if I can read this on my screen. Good. To build sentence structure. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, the Glint Assistant or the Glint Flow now is so versatile. You can say things like, make my sentences more complex, add SH words in each line. Like it can really do so much more than it used to with a higher fidelity. So that is update number 2. One quick thing before the last big reveal, you'll notice this says auto template. What does that mean? The auto template allows you to pretty much type in, like start off with one of the templates. You could say social story, task analysis, or daily schedule, or grid, and then type in your topic. So this pretty much like allows you to make this foolproof. So you can walk in, just type in for what you want, and it'll actually make it for you based on our assortment of templates. So definitely try that out. Now I'm going to turn it over to Scott to announce the third and largest announcement that we have today. He's going to share his screen and I'll just talk over it. And this one is highly, highly anticipated. Notice what we're about to share. You know we have the Glint access through QR codes. You know we have access to everywhere you are via links, QR codes. Today we're announcing the Glint mobile app. This Glint mobile app was created pretty much to allow you and any learner to take Glints into the community offline. No internet needed. You scan a QR code and you can have access to your visuals anywhere. No internet, nothing needed. Any language you can speak. It doesn't cost anything additional. It's literally part of your district package. Whatever you're on with us with, this is part of you. So it works super nicely. Scott is doing some nice demonstrations for us over here. And currently it's available on Apple. It will be available soon on all platforms, but this is an iOS app that we've released. And I'll take some questions and then reveal the second largest thing about this. But yes, I'm seeing some things in the chat. Can you show us how to start with a blank grid? This is a good feature we released recently. I'm not sure if people are aware. To start with a blank grid, when you're on your home page, just click or start with a blank grid, and here you are. The way this works is you can just type in things and press enter, and it populates it for you. Aaron says, thank you so much for Get Med School. I guess I should also tell people about that. So I was in med school for the past 6 months at GW. And recently I met with my deans, took a leave of absence, and we're now all on Glint full force. So that is the big update. So, what is the email address that we should use to request Glint Mobile? I will put it right here. You can just email me directly, Dylan@nairchat.com.